Hi everybody, it is Friday the 21st of September and it is just gone 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I did work and didn't go to the gym. I just I had no desire to go and run, so I didn't. Back of my nose and like throat are starting to feel funny again. I wish in a way I'd either get this cold or not, just to get it over with, because I don't want to be poorly for Tobin's birthday. Paul keeps saying, we're going to be up for his birthday, you know this, don't you? But I think Jack's got it starting with a cold now. He was coughing a bit last night. And of course he doesn't sleep properly, and then when he doesn't sleep he wakes me up to tell me I can't sleep more. I'm like, oh thanks, no I can't. So I was up at 3:30, just awake. I went to the toilet about 3 o'clock and then just couldn't get back to sleep, so I came down here, because if I toss and turn I worry I'm going to wake Paul up. So I came down here, laid on the sofa, because at least if I toss and turn on there I'm not going to bother anyone. It's surprisingly comfy, that sofa. And then Jack came down here at just after 5 to tell me he couldn't sleep, which meant he got up. He'd been in my room, obviously, to know I wasn't there. Then came downstairs, opened the door. When I told him to go away, because he'd woke me up after I finally fell asleep, he went back upstairs, banged this door, banged his bedroom door. Then he was down here again at 6 o'clock telling me he couldn't sleep. I again told him to go away, and all the banging happened again. And then he got up. I went back up at 6:30, washed my face and waited for Paul to get up so I could go and get ready in our room. And he was like, can I go and play with my... Because I said to him, look, if you're awake in your room, you're on your own, you know, you can have your lamp on and read a book, or, you know, do something quietly. Don't come out of your room, because what am I going to do? I was like, I'd love to be in a room that when I wake up I could just get up and do what I wanted, because I'd be crocheting from about 3 o'clock in the morning. Unfortunately I have to share. I'm one of those, can't wait till we'd like have separate rooms. It's just, I wake up early and he doesn't, and you don't wake him, he's horrible. So yes, he thought that my instruction to do something quietly meant, yeah, get your toys out and pretend to sew stuff at 6:30 in the morning. So yes, he's Jack isn't feeling very well. Came out of school looking a bit pasty and is sniffing a bit, so maybe he's caught the lurgy. Anyway, I've got something to show you. Look! I haven't put the tail on yet, I've got to make it, but I've just finished sewing in the ends. Oh, I love him! Look how big he is! He's about 23 inches tall. Isn't he cute? So his arms and legs have got stars on them, ears have got stars on, just the trunk I couldn't get stars on. I adore it, adore it. So you curve the nose and then you sort of just attach it onto the body so it doesn't move so much. You secure the ears front and back. I love this pattern. So Valerie, if you're watching, hi Valerie. It's great, I love it. Tobin's just been giving it a massive hug, and he was like, it's bigger than Layla, because I think this one will be for Layla, and I'll probably make a pink one for Felicity, because I think her nursery or her room, pink would go better with it. So and the initial yarn I bought obviously was pink. So cute. So yeah, I love it. I did finished the leg, made the other leg last night, made the trunk and joined it, shaped the head and put the eyes on last night, but I didn't have time to add the arms or ears or anything, so I added the ears before work this morning. Seriously wanted to stay off work just to finish it. I'm like, I don't have to go to work, I want to play, I want to make pretty elephants, but I had to go to work. But yeah, so it's done now. I might make a jellyfish Might try and find a pattern and make a jellyfish later, which Tobin has claimed before I've even made it. But yeah, I used, what have I got left? Excuse me, just delve into my basket. So that's what I've got left of the third ball of yarn, and I had generous tails on everything, so I have cut quite a lot of yarn off after I've weaved in the ends and stuff. But better to be safe than sorry. What does it look like? Look like there's something on there in the camera. But yes, so it's a great pattern. Thank you, Valerie. It's very good. So if you were on the, if you weren't sure about this pattern, I highly recommend it. It's very good. Get good yarn though. Either if you're in the UK, the LD baby yarn or equivalent. I don't think just chenille is any good for it. I think this is just polyester, I believe. But yes, I highly recommend the pattern. That's the back of it. It will have a tail, so I'll show you that tomorrow, but I've not made it and I wanted to get the video done so I can get it uploaded. So you join pretty much everything. Well, you do join everything. You sew the eyes on, but everything's joined with a crochet hook, which is brilliant. So you just need a needle really for sewing in the ends and adding the eyes. So that's that. It's very cute. And I've got some questions to answer, so I'm going to do that now. So let me just pop him back here. Shall I sit him up? Can you see him? I keep saying him. I've obviously decided he's a boy. Sussed over a bit, can't really see him. So I wrote down some of the questions I've been asked. So thank you everyone for asking me questions. As it's only like yesterday, I asked the questions. More will come in, so I'll just answer them as they come up. But I wrote them down. Don't know where I wrote them down. So while I'm finding them, I'll tell you that I spoke to the insurance company yesterday, car insurance, because I'd had a quote. My renewal came through, and I've protected no claims, so that if I did have an accident, I wouldn't lose all my no claims I'd built up. I've got 12 years no claims. Nothing at all has changed on the policy, nothing like that. And my renewal went up £70. So I was thrilled, of course. This is what you get for not having any accidents. Your premium goes up by 70 quid. So I looked elsewhere and I got a quote with, I think it was Halifax for the cheapest. And it was £245 instead of £373. A little bit of a difference there. And I knocked the voluntary excess down to nothing. So you have to pay compulsory excess, but sometimes you can add a compulsory excess. It will bring your, the cost of the insurance down. But I thought, well, I'll see what nothing, does. And I think it changed. I think it made about £6 difference. So I'm going to have no voluntary. So I rang the company I was with and said, can you do any better? And she says, well, we'll give you a bonus, a loyalty bonus. No. We'll take off the cost for the motor legal protection, because that's included in the other quote I got, and protected no claims. I'll take off the cost of the motor legal protection, and we'll give you a discount for not having an accident in the past 12 months. I'm like, shouldn't the extra year's no claim cover that, really? Shouldn't you be... Why would you not give me a I don't know what these people think when they send you an outrageous renewal and think you're just going to go, okay. But the best they could do was bring it down from 363, I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah, 360 something, down to £324. I was like, well, that's not very good, is it? Because I've still got it for almost £100 cheaper than that, and we can't do any better. So obviously I told them to cancel it. Then I did some Googling on Halifax car insurance and learnt pretty quick, don't touch them with a barge pole. So then I looked around and I can get a policy with Churchill, who I used to be with. I was with them for a couple of years, and I always managed to successfully argue my renewal back down to a, you know, acceptable amount. But I think I may. The only thing with that is you have to pay a deposit, so you have to pay a double month pretty much, which I didn't want to do if I could help it. But what I might do is pay for it all in one, and then obviously you're not paying, because you pay interest for paying throughout the year. You know, they charge a premium for you spreading it, you know, your credit throughout the year. So I might put it on a credit card with a lower interest rate or 0% interest, and then I can just pay it as I would, you know, every month. And I can get it with Churchill with motor legal protection, protecting no claims and no voluntary excess for £238. And Churchill, you know, I know them, I've been with them, I'm happy with them, you know, or I trust them, you know, I'm more at ease than going with them than with someone I've, you know, someone unknown. You never know what you're going to get if you try and claim. So yes, I need to sort that out, but yeah. Rubbish. So never accept what they send you because it's a load of tosh. But Churchill last year couldn't beat the other renewal I'd got. You know, I'm older now and I've not, you know, I've got quite a bit of no claims behind me, so surely my insurance should start coming down. You hope. Anyway, I found my questions. Sorry for waffling at you about boring car insurance. So I've got a question from Lisa Fenton. Hello. She says, is it rude to, I'm paraphrasing because I just wrote down the main points. Is it rude to crochet at a friend's / family house? I think it depends on the person. I crochet at my sister's. And I always say, you don't mind, do you? And she's like, of course I don't. And I crochet at Paul's mum's. And I sort of say, you don't mind, do you? She says, no, I like it that you feel at home. But I think it depends on the friend, and just say to them, look, do you mind? I don't think it's being rude. If you can do it and carry on chatting, then I don't know. I think it varies from person to person. But I do it, so give it a go. I crochet everywhere. Ruthie asked me quite a few questions. Hi, Ruthie. If you haven't watched Ruthie's latest video, please do, because she just makes me laugh so much, and she has a bit of a spillage and giggles, and it's just brilliant. And she calls herself a name. It's so funny. What is the one thing you would like to make but haven't got around to? Really like to make myself. Bless you.
Bless me.
Well, I want to make an Edlothia shawl. I believe it's a free pattern. If I remember, I will link it down below. Let me make a note. Edlothia. I'll still forget, you know this. Yeah, I'd kind of like to make myself a nice pretty shawl. I'd like to wear it as well. There is it the Persian tiles blanket? Okay, it's so beautiful. I'd love to make that. And the lotus blanket that from Hooked by Robin, that I bought the whirl for. I'd like to make that, but I just haven't got around to that, because all these things, you'll notice, are for me, so they don't get made. Favourite yarn brand? Ooh. I quite like using James C. Brett, or the James C. Brett I've used has been nice. Kink or Riot that I've had has been nice. I don't think there's particularly one I would just go straight for. I love Starcraft Special DK, but equally I've got more of a stash of the new fashion DK, and it's not quite got the twist that Starcraft Special has, but it's nice. It works well for amigurumis, so I don't know. Probably if I had to plug for one, I'd say James C. Brett. But I am an equal opportunities yarn lover. Apart from that Panda Chenille. Favourite, or one of them, things you've made. Well, the elephant's quite cute. The Rings of Change blanket, I think all of them I've made it's just such a pretty pattern. And the hexagon, rainbow hexagon blanket, that's pretty cute too. And Tobin's blanket I've made, the one I made with the lollies cake, I really like that. That's a lovely blanket. Vlad, the vampire bat thing I made, he's cute. And any of the Heidi Bear's animals, they're a wonder when they all come together. You're like, huh. I always like it when you look at it like, I made that. So yeah, I've got lots of things that I really like. But yes, probably the Rings of Change blanket, just because it's so different and so pretty and looks so involved, even though it's quite easy. What non-crochet channels do you enjoy? I've actually got a non-crochet channel section on my like YouTube channel page, but excuse me, I don't watch as many non-crochet videos now because there's just so many crochet videos to watch. He's sniffing away if you can hear him. I like Red Ted Art because she's slightly bonkers and does lots of cool paper crafts and stuff like that, that I like to, you know, sit and do with the boys. Who else? I'd sort of dip into Thrift Thick, which is Cassie, and Crispy Black, I think her channel's called. She is Norwegian, and it's quite funny. If you watch her earlier videos, she's got quite an accent, but then she goes to the States for a bit and she comes back and the accent's pretty much gone. She sounds more American. But she'll do beauty videos and empties, and she'll go to Sweden shopping and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else I watch. Not a lot really. But yeah, check out the section on my channel. It's called non-craft related channels or something like that. And what is your ultimate crocheting stroke amigurumi tip? Get the right gauge. Not necessarily according to the pattern. Obviously, if you're making a garment, get the gauge according to the pattern because it will be sized right. But amigurumi, I've been asked before, you know, do you use the yarn that the pattern calls for? Not overly. If I see it and I want to make it, I'll probably just make it with whatever I've got. But just make sure you change your hook size to work with the yarn, so you're getting a tight enough gauge so that your stuffing doesn't poke through, or you know work with what's best for you. Yeah, and stuffing, pay attention to your stuffing, I think, because it makes a lot of difference. Excuse me. Yeah, it does make a lot of difference if you stuff well. It can really help shape a project, and do stuffing little bits at a time, even if it's a big item, because it's easy to move little clumps around than if you've got one great big ball in the centre of it and you're trying to, you know, shape it. So try and do little bits at a time. Yes, I think that's that. Someone else asked me something. Where's my phone? I think someone asked me about sewing limbs on. Where is it? Just bear with me. I wrote these down as I got them last night. Ooh, hard one. What do you prefer to make? This is from Connie. Hi, Connie. What do you prefer to make, amigurumi or blankets? I think amigurumi is probably the thing I feel most comfortable with, because it was the first thing I learned. I'd not made a blanket for a good couple of years, maybe more. I just made toys all the time. I love making blankets, but when I get into doing amigurumi, that's when I really fly, I think. So yes, we'll say amigurumi is my favourite, but it's a close run thing. It just depends. If I've done loads of amigurumis, I'm not so enamoured with it. But And Cat Crazy Creations, she put, I'm new to your channel. All the projects I've seen are beautiful. Thank you. Loving the elephant. How long have you been crocheting and how did you get started? Been crocheting 8 years now. So just before we moved to the house around the corner. So 2010 I started crocheting. I saw Golden Jelly Bean, Nikki, her Sackboy Kratos Sackboy pattern, which is amazing. If I remember, hang on, let me write it down. Golden Jelly Bean Kratos. I'll link to the video because it's amazing. It is great. Kratos is a character from God of War, a computer game that Paul plays and that Tony plays, because you know he's a mini Paul. Yeah, I saw that and I thought, I want to make it. It's amazing. So I bumbled off into town and bought a crochet hook and a ball of blue wool, which was horrible. Scratchy, nasty acrylic. I'm not saying acrylic is nasty and scratchy, I'm saying this one was nasty and scratchy. And I made a couple of wonky looking like moustache things, and just to get single crochet and trying to figure out double crochet, and unbeknownst to me I was learning in American terms. Didn't really think about it, just tried to figure it out because I got a book and it made no sense to me at all, because it was all the diagrams were with holding the hook in the right hand and I'm left-handed and I couldn't make my right hand work. It was like, no, wouldn't have it. So I looked on YouTube and tried to figure it out. And the first amigurumi I made was a mouse. It was tiny, but I followed a tutorial on YouTube. And then the second thing I made was a giraffe off the, I think it was on the Line Brand website, and I managed to work in the front loops only and couldn't work out why it looked so weird. And then I was like, oh, I've got to go through both loops. That thing never saw the light of day, that giraffe. It was awful. It was awful. But then I made a bird, like off a baby mobile thing, and I was just in love with it from there. So yeah, that was the first thing I made. So I didn't do more than sort of that deep, of that far across single and double crochets, and then I just went straight into amigurumi. I think probably within 6 months or so I'd made my first sack boy and ordered yarn from the States, and you know, slippery slope to where I am now with all my yarn. And then a question from Ian. Hi Ian Sharps, and it says, do you have any general tips for sewing together amigurumi parts? I hate sewing. I'm not very good at it, I don't think, but I would point you to Sharon Ayala if you want to watch, you know, step by step someone sewing something up, because I mean she makes it look far too easy. It is quite, you're like, huh. But she'll take you through trying to catch the right part of the stitch, and just make, you know, take your time, try and place your stitches, and yeah, just be as thorough as you can, because I've had stuff come apart. You know, when I've gone back to stuff that I crocheted at the start and it was awful, and I've obviously brushed it and, you know, not paid attention. So yeah, I will link to Sharon as well, and she will show you sewing together all the parts, and yeah, she's fantastic. So watch someone with far more expertise than me, and she's dead calm and soothing to watch because she's just great. So I believe that's all the questions I had, so thank you for those. If I've missed anyone, I do apologise, but I'm pretty sure that's everyone for now. Yes, so sorry this is a waffly one. Mind you, that's what I was planning. I wanted to do a more waffly one because I keep doing short ones. Yes, I hope you've had a good Friday. I'm going to make a tail for the little elephant, and then I'm going to make a really big jellyfish. Super. I've got to reply to Denise. Hi Denise, about where I buy my stuffing. I got it from Amazon. Amazon this time. It's not the softest stuffing. It's not as soft as probably I imagine the Hobbycraft stuff, but it's quite it's not soft, but it's not mega rough, but it's nice and smooth. It's not the other stuff I had was very thick and dense and clumpy and not fun, so this is much better. So I'll put the link on your video for that. But then I wrote it on the bottom of my video the other day. I posted a picture on Instagram with the huge bag of stuffing, or both huge bags of stuffing. And a lad I went to school with, who owns his own upholstery business, said, I have that, I sell that. How much did you pay? And I said, well, I paid £9 for 2 kilos or whatever. And he's going to do me 4 kilos for £10. So I was like, wow, I will be in touch when I've gone through these 2 kilos. But yeah, I used to have friends in, you know, high places. But yeah, it's great. So I could be set for stuffing, you know, from now on. But we'll see. But I'll reply to Denise and link where I got it from, and I'll put it below this video as well. I put it below the video the other day, but can't hurt to link it again, can it? And I'll put the link to Valerie's pattern for the elephant as well. I'm going to leave it here because this is going to take a long time to export and faff with. So I hope you've had a good Friday. I hope you've got something lovely planned for the weekend. The weather in the UK is set to be big rib. But yeah, so be well, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Bye guys.